Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Ultra Street Fighter 2 Ken Masters figure from Jada Toys. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks fantastic, and that is largely due to the fact that, true to the spirit of the game, Ken is just a color swap and head swap of Ryu. So, where I've reviewed both the standard Ryu and Evil Ryu, we get very much the same here. We get all those textures in the uniform, and then we get the nice highlights here on the muscles, but then really where it changes obviously is the head sculpt. So we get Ken's face, and done very, very well here. I really like the way they caught the smile here for the default head. Nice sculpt here going on for the hair. Then we get obviously a red gi as opposed to white, and I do wish that it was a little brighter, more of a kind of stark red, and actually on camera, at least through my viewfinder, it's definitely looking kind of the shade I hoped it was, but in person it's a little washed out. Or washed out doesn't feel right, but it's definitely not as vivid as I had hoped. But still, definitely damn good looking, and just an excellent looking figure. When it comes to accessories, we more or less get what we saw with those two Ryu figures, and that's to be expected. So right out of the box, we do get a pair of fists. Then we get a pair of Hadouken hands. And then we also get two different head sculpts. So we get the smiling face we saw in the last section. And then we get a gritted face, a gritted teeth, angry face, which is very much welcome and accepted, so expected. So we get that, and then for those Hadouken hands, we do get the Hadouken, and obviously Ken's is the orange and yellow. Again, they brought back the the hands being in the actual fireball itself, which I love that touch. Definitely something that stands out, always stood out in the original art, like the actual game to me. So love that they put that in there, and then of course we get a stand for that. So very well done. We got a couple of kind of nodes here to adjust the height. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation, balance here are beautiful, just as they have been throughout the line so far. Freestanding kicks here, I won't say no problems, just because the ankles on mine are definitely a little bit more fussy than they were with either of my Ryus. So worth noting, I don't know if that's a thing with just kind of where this mold is at this point, or just happens to be mine. So just worth throwing out there. And getting into the nitty gritty here, we do have a barbell joint for the head, which goes into a separate neck piece. So we can look up, and there is some pliability to the hair. It's actually very, very soft, but it's not really gonna help us get all the up we want. Unfortunately, we do get some up, so that's nice. We get a whole bunch of down because of that neck, and then we get some nice tilt as well, and of course rotation. Then we come to the arms, we do have butterfly joints, so I come back, coming forward. So I got that. We get hinge and swivel here at the shoulders, coming into a perfect T. We do get bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, folding completely in half. We get hinge and swivel at the wrists, both or all horizontal. Then we get a ball joint at the diaphragm, ball joint at the waist, and that gives us insane amount of crunch, especially because we do get this very rubbery gi overlay. So we get some really nice forward, we get some really nice arch back. Of course, we get some tilt side to side and rotation from either of those joints. We come to the hips, full splits, no problem, positively beautiful. Front kick, full 90. We get thigh swivel, double jointed knees, bring us to there. Then we get an ankle swivel, perfect point, perfect forward, and some fantastic rocker. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with the rest of the line so far. With some domestics. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with articulated icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Ultra Street Fighter 2 Ken Masters figure from Jada Toys is that this figure kicks ass, just as the rest of the line has. Again, it's much more of the same. It's basically the Ryu figure, just with a different head, different colors, and that works. Again, that is very much in the spirit of the games, and could not recommend it enough. So if you loved the line so far. If you've enjoyed the Ryu figure, then you're gonna love this one. Kind of makes sense to have Ken and Ryu. So yeah, fully recommend it. It is showing up on Target shelves. It is on various online resources. So I'll have a link or two in the description below if you are interested. That being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if you did, I hope to see you back, because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. And if any of that appeals to you, if all of that appeals to you, there's videos for you. So yeah, please come back. Let's talk some more beautiful plastic. Let's just escape the world for a while. But ultimately, I hope you're well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.